Hey guys, today I want to talk about change is good. This is a little bit different from what I usually talk about, somewhat anyway, kind of ties in with everything else I talk about. I notice a lot of expats over here, and a lot of people bitch about the other expats being grumpy, negative, just have a lot of issues and problems. And I notice sometimes, like in the comments, people will comment, and it's just not a nice comment, so why make the comment? You know what I mean? I'm okay with it, but it takes away the positivity of other people. So I'm the type of person that rather than take somebody down, I just stay quiet. Why bother somebody, with a negative comment when you don't have to throw it out there? It's not doing any good. So why make the comment sometimes? And I think as a problem with a lot of Americans is sometimes we take our freedoms too much to the point where we feel we can express everything because we're from a free country. So that means we can throw out all our gripes and our moaning and everything else out there and just throw it out there. And it kind of detracts from other people's lives, and we forget about that. And I notice, like, sometimes when I show apartments, people will say, well, that's a closet, or that's this or that. And, it's okay to make that kind of a comment, but I mean, why make it if you don't have to? Because it's not adding anything to the conversation, really, except something negative. Because there are people out there that do like those apartments and do want to move into those types of apartments. There's a tiny house movement out there. A lot of doctors, nurses, politicians, and even CEOs like Elon Musk are moving into these smaller places, and they're making it work because most of the time you're not home. And this is what I try to tell people is move into a small place. Learn to minimalize what you live with and what you need. Learn to live with the smallest amount you need. And that's when your budget starts coming into order. And it makes it so you can travel more, save more, invest more, have more fun, and do different things because you're not spending a lot on rent or what have you. So when you're out there and you're looking at things, look at things with a different eye. And a more positive outlook certainly helps. It really, really does. One thing I notice is that by being positive, it brings a lot of positivity back to me. I know a lot of people don't believe that. They don't buy into that. And I get that, but that's why, because they're not positive, because they hold on to that belief, and that's what keeps them down. Positive people succeed. Let's face it. Look at Elon Musk and a lot of other people that have stayed positive. Even if they're messed up sometimes, they still succeed because they're positive. They stay with it. They stick with the grind to make it happen. And like I said before, a lot of expats, I give them a lot of credit because when they pushed through, they made it happen, and that's positivity. But they still have like that other thing going on in them that kind of drags them down. Try to be nice to people. Try to change that attitude. Try to become a person that everybody would like to be around, rather than the person that nobody wants to be around. We have enough of those around in the world. Why do we want more? And every so once in a while, I get a couple of expats. I was talking to a couple the other day, and I could obviously tell this guy would not be a good mix into our group here in Tracy. And I kind of let him know. I was kind about it, but I just kind of told him, I don't think you belong here. I says, you obviously have an attitude, because he did have an attitude. And he wasn't rude about it or anything like that to come back at me. But he just didn't have the type of attitude that you would want to sit there and hang around with the guy and be friendly with him, because he had way too many issues. And I had told him, I says, look, if you're going to come over here, you need to kind of change those issues that you're talking about. I says, because they're not going to change over here. He had a lot of mental health issues, let's put it that way. And he thought by coming over here, that was going to fix everything. I told him it's not going to fix anything. If anything, it could get worse over here. I says, because if you have problems where you lose your temper and stuff, and those mental health issues come into play over here, you could get blacklisted or get kicked out of here. Now, if you're seeking help, that's a different case. But he didn't want to seek any more help. He says he was tired of it. And he was telling me a lot of other things, and I was just talking to him. I said, I don't think it's going to work over here. You know, and there's some people that just can't come here. They're just not a good fit for here, because they're just not going to make it here. And you can tell from the get-go who they are. And I try to tell them in a nice way, hey, this obviously isn't going to work for you. I don't think it's a good fit for you over here. It's your decision, but I can tell you right now, it's not going to work. It's just not going to. And most of the people, some of them will give up and say, yeah, maybe you're right. You know, and I say it in a nice way. I try to be, you know, decent and be a gentleman about it when I'm talking to the person, obviously. But I mean, some people you can't tell. They just can't take it. And I ran into a few of those too. I kind of sloughed them off to a different area and told them, you know, you may want to look into this area here. You know, I had one guy who was very argumentative. And we get a few of those once in a while. And I just didn't really want to deal with him. You know, I told him, I says, I don't think I can help you. And I just told him, I says, I really got to run. I'll talk to you later. And he never called back. You know, I tried telling him like 2 or 3 times. He didn't want to really listen. He kept pushing to try to come here. Finally, I says, look, I got to go. I can't talk anymore. Talk to you later. And I think he finally got it. He kind of got the message. Sometimes you can't tell somebody to their face because they're so argumentative that you just don't even want to bother with them, because you don't want to hear the blowback, and it's not worth it. But again, majority of people over here, they're fine. We have a lot of good people coming in right now. I'm betting now I'm probably talking to over 100 people coming at different times. Some are coming in September, some are coming in December, some are coming in July, some are coming in April, some are coming at the beginning of March, in the middle of March, around there. And we're getting ready for those people to come. They're all good people. They all want to become part of the Tracy Martirez, General Trias, Das Marinas expat community here. And what I'm going to do is eventually, I'm probably going to set up a page for these people to join so they can start talking and get to know each other. I'd like to get some help on that. If somebody wants to set it up and be like a moderator of that channel, and I would promote the group, it would have to be somebody that is going to be living in the Tracy Martirez, General Trias area, preferably, okay? If they could set up that channel on Facebook or whatever, a page or what have you, and that would be great. And I'd like to talk with that person, and we could put everything out on there. Be somebody that would kind of be working with me. There's no pay, you know. It would just be something that you kind of do out of love to help the other expats here. We could put community things on there for expat community things, for get-togethers, or if somebody's looking to take a trip somewhere with somebody else and maybe share a car or a rental vehicle or something. Maybe somebody gets sick. They want some people to visit them once in a while. We could put that out there. I would like it to be just this area here, though. General Trias, Tracy Martirez, and Dasma. And we could probably throw in maybe Salang and a few other places too. And Indang, okay? Or we could call it the Tracy Martirez Expats, Tracy Martirez Area Expats Club or something like that. That's what I want to do, and that's what I'm gonna try to set up sooner or later. So it'd be something fun, you know. It'd be something that would help us stay together as a group and be in touch with each other all the time. I usually don't have the time to do something like that. I'm so busy with the other stuff. So if somebody does want to do that, get in touch with me at steven5975@yahoo.com. But preferably somebody that lives here, okay? Or if you have my number already, you can always call me in the evening, and we can talk, we can chat, and we can put that together. But anyway, guys, God bless. Take care.